Shiba Inu's in the midst of some big changes. They're in the midst of moving away from memes and into the heart of Web3, the heart of decentralization. They're trying to be taken as a legitimate ecosystem. And it's why it feels the way it does right now. Amid some other issues and mild causes of concern, a lot of it having to do with communication, doing what you're saying you're going to do. Do I think it's all over, though, for SHIB? Absolutely not. There's still a ton of time here to rewrite some of the wrongs, and also there are still a lot of good things to say and write home about. And in this video, I kind of want to give that whole perspective of where I think a lot of people are right now when it comes to SHIB. So if you guys want to hear more about that, stick around to the end of the video. We're going to get into this from a couple different standpoints. We're going to take a look at the price. We're going to take a look at what some of the recent news was, break that down, make sense of it, and talk about where we want to see SHIB go in 2024, as well as just kind of where we are currently and where we need to get to. So smash that like button for us, first and foremost, because I think every SHIB owner needs to see this. Everybody who is part of the SHIB army, this is going to be a very important video because I'm trying to stay even keel here. I don't want to get too high. I don't want to get too low. I think the best place to be as an investor all the time is somewhere in the middle, right? Nothing phases you. And we've got stories out there like this. This is Being Crypto, really good resource out there. Shiba Inu developer says it's time to move beyond memes. This came out yesterday. Shytoshi says the community must shed its emphasis on folklore and memes to build meaningful utility. I agree, 100%. The coins community partnered with D3 Global to conceptualize a Web3 token that could evolve into a decentralized SHIB domain. If you guys don't know what that means, well, it has to do with that .SHIB at the end of your address, similar to how you have a .ETH address. That's Ethereum name service. You're going to have SNS, SHIB name service. Now, the SHIB community's drive for increased adoption was assisted by a recent partnership with the Manny Pacquiao Foundation in November. We talked about that here on the channel. That was a big deal. But furthermore, Shytoshi believes it's time to shed lore and memes in favor of real-world utility. A new partnership with the D3 Global will enable the SHIB community to create top-level domains ending in .SHIB, forming the basis for a new decentralized identity. So this is super important. However, let me just say this. If we want to be taken seriously, and we want to move away from the meme coin era of SHIB, which I think is great. I think every great meme coin needs to do this at some point in order to stay relevant. But if we want to do this as a community, move away from this, we've got to do some things different. When we say we're going to do something, we've got to do it. When we say we're going to burn SHIB on the 14th, 15th, and 16th, and it's in an official publication, we've got to do it. We've got to explain why we're doing things the way we are. We don't have to give it all away. That's not good practice in business. All I'm saying is transparency is key when it comes to legitimate blockchains, legitimate projects that don't want to be looked at as a meme coin anymore. Kusama believes that memes and lore must take a back seat now to develop a standard that can easily support the technology all of us are building for the betterment of the world. They said this is the only way to improve adoption and give the token burns more significance. So we're pivoting. We're in the middle of that. And that's why I think it's very difficult right now to kind of grasp everything and what's happening. There are some good things. There are some not so good things happening. But the bigger picture here is we're in the middle of a big pivot. The new partnership with D3 Global will allow to create SHIB name tokens into the SHIB name service. These tokens could accrue features that enhance the holder's Web3 experience, which I think is phenomenal. I think this is a great thing. But again, we've got to ensure that we are doing the simple things. We've got to ensure that our community as a whole has full support and trust of what's going on. And Shiba Inu right now is super well positioned still at a $6 billion market cap to have a lot of success. We're ranked number 16 right now. We're still right there in the midst of all of this. And this transition that we're going through is not going to be easy. We want to be taken seriously. And we know what they're trying to do. They're trying to build out an entire ecosystem, an entire decentralized ecosystem. Moreover, a decentralized economy. And that is not an easy thing to do. That is a tall task and very difficult. Now, stay with me here because we're going to get into the price action a little bit and talk about why we've been underperforming, compared to some other altcoins and things like that, and where I think we're going. We're going to get into all that. But I want to come back to this bigger picture of where SHIB is in the grand scheme of things. And in some ways, we're kind of going through a mild identity crisis. In a lot of ways, because you've got people on one side, hey, let's just keep it fun. Let's have some fun with our meme coin and let's do it that way. But then you've got other people saying, hey, if we want to have this thing last for the long haul and really perform well in this next bull cycle and beyond, we've got to make the transition from meme to utility. And I think that's where we're kind of stuck right now. And I personally think we need to make that jump. We need to make that jump. And we're doing it. It's just going to be clunky. It's not going to be easy. And there are going to be a lot of people who disagree with things as you do them. But at least get the things right that are simple to get right. If you put dates out in a public forum, stick to those dates. And if you don't, for whatever reason you have to pivot, explain yourself. Send a tweet out. It's not hard. We've got to do that to keep people together. Because without this community, SHIB is nothing. Nothing. It is literally nothing without the community. Now, coming in here from a price standpoint, got that blue line down there. We know that that's where we kind of were our local bottoms this year. We hit it back in June, hit it again here in October, actually. We got into the mid-sixes. That continues to be an area that I think we have some really strong support. That is multi-year support dating back to the summer of 2021. The dog days of summer, we were in the sixes. So that's good. We're bouncing off of those, and we have been in an uptrend since that time period in October. So since that time period, we have seen about a 51% move. It has not been pretty, but it has been an uptrend. And we did spike up here into the 11s, almost into the 12s recently, earlier this month, just about 4 or 5 days ago. But where are we going? How can we break out of this pattern right now? Well, we're starting to consolidate a little bit. I think right now, we need to continue to see positive catalyst about the future of SHIB going from meme to utility. We need to get, I think, more insight into what's happening on the gaming and metaverse front. Those were two frontiers that SHIB has really focused on in recent years, and I think that is an unbelievable opportunity and obviously fits into the grand scheme of things, which is to build a decentralized economy. So we need to continue to see positive reinforcement there. More updates would be welcomed. I think that would be great, right? When we have them, when they're worthy. And just more overall transparency. And when it comes to burns, because that's a big deal, we need, by January, to have a burning mechanism that works by itself. It has to be automated, and it has to come out in January like they said. You need to start delivering on key important dates. And if we take a look at shibariumscan.io, transactions have continued to stay strong, which is great. If we take a look at SHIB burn, and we take a look at what's sitting there, we need to know when the rest of this is going to be burned. Like, we need some insight in here because the 25K goal was reached. Now, they said that the price impact would have been too big. That's why they didn't burn it in big chunks, I think, on the 14th, 15th, and 16th. I'm inferring here. We never got total clarity on that. But I thought after the $89,000 burn a few days ago that we'd continue to see burns and burns and burns in these small chunks. What's happened to that? Why haven't we? What's going on with that? We need clarity into that. We need clarity into that. Is this just going to sit here until we get to April and it's automated? April's not far away. Or, January. Is it going to sit here until January? Like, what's happening with that? Because burns are a big part of this ecosystem. It has a lot of people excited. Shibarium did, not only for the utility side of it, I'm not diminishing that, that's huge, but for the burn elements. That's a big deal. People care about it. People care about it. And I get it. The focus should be on utility, first and foremost. Agreed. But we shouldn't abandon this. And we should certainly not do what we say we're going to do. We need to do what we say we're going to do. Just do the easy things. Be transparent. That's it. And I think this will be a successful transition from meme coin to utility. And this Web3 pivot will fall into place for SHIB. So as the developer and others say it's time to move beyond memes, I agree. But it's also time, if we want to be taken seriously, to be serious about doing what we say we're going to do, when we're going to do it. That's what I've got for you guys. That's the video today. Again, if you haven't hit that like button, smash it. I want this video to get out there to the SHIB army. I think it's an important one. And you guys know I'm making this video not fudding. I'm not throwing shade at anybody. I'm making this video because I care and I'm genuinely telling you how I feel. So subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video, like the video, drop a comment so this thing gets out to more people and more people get to put their 2 cents on where SHIB's going as we enter 2024. I appreciate each and every one of you guys so much. We'll see you in the next one. Peace out.